Hi and welcome to my channel. You all know the endings of Cinderella, of Snow White and so on, but I'm sure you don't know all the real original endings of their stories. So today I have a video for you with 4 original endings, and yeah, have fun with the video. Snow White. According to Disney, threatened by her stepdaughter's beauty, a wicked stepmother orders a huntsman to take the young girl out into the woods and kill her, bringing back her heart. The huntsman can't do it and lets Snow White escape into the forest. She finds a tiny house where singing dwarfs, all named for their defining characteristics, live. They decided to let her stay to keep house for them. The wicked queen finds out via her magic mirror that Snow White isn't dead and sets out to kill her with a poisoned apple. Thoughted waves get revenge by driving the queen off the edge of a cliff. They can't wake Snow White until a passing prince comes and wakes her with true love's kiss, and then they live happily ever after. But originally, in the first edition of the story, it wasn't a wicked stepmother at all. It was Snow White's mother, and she didn't just want Snow White's heart, she wanted her lungs and liver too. When she discovers that the huntsman hasn't killed the girl, she sets out to try to kill her in 3 different ways: with an overly tight corset, with a poisoned comb, and finally with a poisoned apple. It's not true love's kiss that revives Snow White, it's a good shake as the prince attempts to make off with Snow White's glass coffin. And the queen doesn't get pushed off a cliff. She's forced to dance herself to death in a pair of red-hot iron shoes. According to Disney, after her widowed father remarries and then dies, Cinderella is left at the mercy of her wicked stepmother and 2 ugly stepsisters. They force her to do manual labor and wear rags. But she's so sweet, kind and beautiful that even wild animals love her and help her out. When the prince of the kingdom throws a ball, Cinderella's fairy godmother appears and creates a dress, coach and footman for her so she can go to the party. The prince falls in love with her, but the magic ends at midnight, so she has to turn away, leaving behind only her glass slipper. The prince travels the land looking for the girl who fits the shoe, but her stepsister sabotages her by smashing it. Luckily, she still has the other shoe, so she gets to live happily even after too. But originally, the Cinderella story appeared in a volume of Charles Perrault's Fairytales. But in the Grimm's version, Cinderella, or Aschenputtel, Ashfool, has 2 beautiful stepsisters. They just happen to be utterly horrible. There's no fairy godmother, just white doves sent to help Cinderella by her dead mother. And the prince actually holds 3 balls. At midnight on the 3rd night, the prince lays a tar trap for Cinderella, which is where she loses her shoe. When her sisters get their chance to try on the missing shoe, they each cut off different parts of their feet in order to fit into the tiny slipper, but the blood dripping from their shoes gives them away. The prince eventually finds his girl, and at their wedding, the magic doves appeared to peck out the evil sisters' eyes.